Come on. Let's see. Alright. Getting it there. Alright, so what we're going to be doing, let's see. Get this over here. Alright. Everybody on here? Nothing yet. Okay. So, we're going to be down spooling this one and filling up this other HXW Raptor with it. Switching out the braids. So the 2-speed, we're going to move this line to the 3-speed and start spooling up that way. Yeah, I'm working it late, guys, and then I also got to do some weight breaking here in a minute too. So, guess I can do it on this spool. Might as well. As soon as I get done, I can. Yeah, I'll do it like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the spool he already sent me to down spool his line, and then since it's already there, I'll just go and spool up the next reel once it's all done. So all I have to do is switch out reels, basically. Let's see, come on, all these commercials. There we go. All right, I'm thumbs up number 2. See the live chat. What's up, Timothy Luciano? Felt like I was thinking out loud kind of deal. You ever do that? Sit there and just talk of all the things you got to get done. So get you figure it out that way. So. I'm still here working it, boss. It is Thursday, and I got a lot of stuff to get done before we can call it a weekend. And I bet you've been working the candle at both ends as well there too, Jacob. So, yeah. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, it definitely looks like you could use some sleep there too, Jacob. Freaking, I know everything that I got going, and then I got to go make 2 deliveries tomorrow. One to Port A Outfitters, and then to Causeway. So y'all can kind of see what I'm doing here. There we go. Yeah, I feel you there, man. Going, rocking out so many different candles and burning 2 at a time kind of deal. Yep, I feel you. Had these set up here to so I can roll back and forth. Yeah. Definitely, it was a good day. You know, throughout the week, I've been having people come in that have been wanting to stop by but hadn't had a chance to. And I finally stopped by and got to talk with us and learn what we're about here at the shop and stuff. So it was good. You know, it was real good. And referred them over to the channel so that way they can. Uh, well, it tells you right there. So the knot held, but the braid didn't. That was scary. There you go. Look at that. The knot held, but the braid busted and ended up before that. So, yep. All right. Let's see. Where's my? There we go. That caught me by surprise, guys. It really did. Oh. Is everybody getting their notifications about the videos going out and stuff like that? I know I did post to YouTube the email telling them about the problem that I know several of y'all posted up that y'all not getting notifications until like halfway through the video and or toward the end, or not even for the few days. You know what I mean? If y'all are having that problem, please let me know. I am definitely trying to get them to get to the bottom of it. I mean, don't really have a direct email unless I go through the help deals on the page, which sucks, man. You figure that a big old entity like that, they'd have a way for you to reach out to them a lot easier instead of going through their help menus, which are public forums on how to fix it and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, and this one I don't need on here. This one's going to the 3-speed right here. Ooh, that's sounding nice. The old school reels with the shark on the side plate. Most of mine had marlin on the side plates. For when I fished with the Penn Internationals, those are the ones that I really fish with for old school. I know the Tiburon kits by Penn or the Tiburon company, they had sharks on them and stuff like that. But yeah, all of mine have marlin. Oh, man. Ugh. Mess that one up. Oh. On the video earlier when I showed how the anaconda knot works, were y'all able to see it cinch down on itself on the video? When I looked through the camera over here, it looked like the braid was real shiny. I didn't know if y'all were able to actually see that earlier. Yes, sir. Still at it, boss. I got a lot of work to get done. I was actually crimping up a whole bunch of leaders a little while ago, but Jeff walked in. He actually was pouring late today. Not really pouring late, but yes, pouring late. I let him leave a hour and a half or so earlier so he can come back and pour over there at the other place at night instead of during the day, just because it was going to offer a lot more, or a lot less heat. So yeah. Mhm. All right. Okay, cool deal. Lock this over. Here we go. Yeah, I was kind of worried about that earlier. That's why I had to ask y'all, but I'm glad it was able to be seen. And I think I need to do a real close up of the anaconda knot as a YouTube short so that way everybody could see that. That'll be nice. All right, let's see. There we go. So what is everybody up to this late? Are y'all already at home chilling? Are some of y'all still at work like I am? And Drew, if you're watching, bro, I recommended a customer earlier. He saw those bait alarms and he was asking where I got them, and I told him to get with you. I gave him your number too, so he can contact you directly. Um, his kids use spinning reels while they're alligator gar fishing, and so he said it would be a good deal. And I said, well, make sure to let him know where you saw them, because I don't know if they have different variations of the of that type of bait alarm or whatever. So at least he'll know which ones he sent my way or whatever. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll turn into something for him. Drew's a good guy. Let's see. There we go. Drop the spool. Well, so I think it would work to do that video and show how it works out on there. But also too, knowing that you're doing it on the right direction, then that's part of the testing. When you do tie the knot to get it to work out in that sense. So. What's up, John Darnell in the house? Yeah, Jacob, definitely has been different not having you on the channel like we normally like to have you here. But I know you're handling business over there for sure. So, all right. So we got this, and I believe Whiskey was talking about he wanted a PR knot done, but um, I got to double check with him on that one. Whiskey's probably still at work as well. So we got that one set. Let me back this off. And like I said, now I could just switch off reels and go ahead and spool this without having to pull off the spool of there. If I had downloaded the line to another spool, then I would have had to pull that off to get this one on there to keep doing this. So, yep, little pre-planning goes a long way. So let's see, get the tape off of here. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Let's see that. Okay. All right, zero out the line counter. The reason why I say that was weird is because I went to go use the line cutter, but I pulled it at an angle across it instead of straight in line with it, and it kind of pulled a little bit. But it still cut it. It just, I could feel the tension, whereas normally when you use the line cutters, they don't have, yeah, it slices through these things like butter. And we've actually showed multiple customers that before they buy the product, we're like, come check this out, and we actually give them the braid to play with, and to do it that way, and they freak out. They're not used to cutting braid that fast or that efficiently. So Line Cutters has got a real awesome product, guys. If you haven't checked them out, we got them here at the shop, available for sale and for shipping. So I can show you those later, but let me finish pulling this reel up here, get her done. So actually, that is a really good thing to show right now, real quick while you're live. All right, so as I'm pulling on the main line right here, I'm pulling on this line. It's turning the spool that way, and you know this because look, it's moving the clicker. So as this line is starting to twist this way, this one is pulling the opposite way, and that's what makes the anaconda knot work. So you'll see it. See how it's moving like that? Okay, so now that I got that, I'm going to turn the spool some more. See how it's loose on this side? And I'm going to pull. So as the line comes in through the knot, it's going to straighten it out that way. See it? See as I'm pulling it? And it's actually tightening over here. You can see these 3 strands starting to move. But obviously I got to lock down the spool. Okay. There we go. Very nice. Very clean knot. And doing it what it's designed to do. There we go. Ugh. There we go. Get that line on there. All right. We may have a little bit of a problem here, but I hope it doesn't turn into it. The reason why I'm saying is because when it was spooled onto this spool over here, I they put up a lot of line up along the bank, and what it does is it caves down and it creates a lot of slack line. So can you see that? That loose line right there? So what ends up happening, since I have tension on the spool, it's trying to pull off the line there, and it makes it, um, it was looking real cloudy. All right, that look better? So, yeah, now you can see all the loose line on there, and as if it would have gone higher, it'd continue to cave in, and it's not as loose over here, but the other side that has me worried. But we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't cause any problems. But I've seen it in the past, so let's see. There we go. Oh, the sticker from when I put the braid on. All right, no worries, boss. I know if I don't say anything, then people don't know, and that's not good for learning. I'd rather point the things out that I'm finding that, can cause problems later on so everybody learns. Because you're not going to be the first person or the last person to download a reel and send it to me, in the type of line. So if I point those things out, they'll learn from it and share it. So no, it's a great learning experience for us all of what to look for when you are down spooling, and what not to do or what to do at the same time. So see, and just give you an idea. It's really getting loose now, all the way up. And I know he put pressure on it. You can tell he did, but when you pile it up on the side walls like that, it does that. It'll cave down on it. So. Ooh, shit. Oh, yep, they did. All right, hold on. What is it on? Yeah, one of the loops caught. There you can see it. That big old loop right there, it swung around and caught the backside of the spooling machine. So I'm gonna have to kind of watch this. Yeah, got it. What I did was I slowed down the speed at which I was spooling, and what I did was it allowed the spool and that line to catch up. And so when I hit that line that was loose, it was able to slide it out without it catching anything and breaking the line off. Because this is solid braid, so I have less forgiveness in making any kind of mistakes of the line getting caught up like that. So we'll see. Sometimes it also gets better throughout the spooling, because as it gets lower into the spool, it gets flatter. So it might not have that problem all the way through, but we'll see. Yeah, and like I said, guys, this is why I share the knowledge, guys. You know, if I don't do that, then I'm um, not doing right by y'all by sharing what can help us and what can hurt us. Because if I take that knowledge with me, well, then you'll keep making that mistake, and so will everybody else. And so that's why I'm pointing it out, and and it's helping us, guys. This is great knowledge for the spooling library. And if y'all are new to the channel, this is what we do. This is part of what we do. We do so much more, but during the spooling, we are very original on what we got going here. Actually, this braid was downspooled by Whiskey from one of his reels. I don't remember which reel it was. Um, but also, too, Whiskey, how high did you want this? Because obviously, you took it off of 50, and I'm putting on an HXW, so there's going to be leftover line here. Let me give you a close up on the spool. There you go. I'm just shy of the bevel right there. Actually, I'm right on the bevel on it. So this is good for casting, and I know a lot of the stuff you do is casting. So, and we're at 435 yards. Let's see. There you go. All right. Said that's good. So we got that. Go ahead and cut this. There we go. Ever have fish sticks? Yes, I have. I love me some. Well, actually, fish sticks aren't really. Are you talking about the thin, like finger-like fish sticks, or are you talking about the fish sticks by like Gordon's? I like Gordon's fish sticks. I like to bake them. They come out really nice. So it's a 2-speed or 3-speed. That's 3, so this would be the 2-speed. I need to switch out reels. Those are the 2 reels that I just did right there for the video. Fitting nice. That. And Whiskey, I gotta admit, I think I'm a little tired because when I was reading your instructions here, I was like, I saw the yellow Max Quattro line on there, the comment about that, or that it was gonna go on the HXW Raptor silver that's coming in, and I was so lost. Like I was like, man, this reel does not want to go inside here. This is crazy. There it goes. Okay. So, and I came over here and I looked in the boxes, and then I find, I mean, I see the yellow on here, but for some reason I saw it, I read it, and it didn't even register. Like it didn't even register. Like it was yellow braid on there, and that's the one you were talking about, kind of deal. So, and this is okay, and I did almost missed it. Yep. Okay, that one's good. All right, so one thing you got to remember, guys, when you ship the reels, and are they going to be sitting there for a little bit, you put them in complete free spool, but you got to turn on the clicker. Otherwise, you're going to have a backlash. So let me fix this real quick. There you go. Turn on the clicker so that way when you backlash, they don't do nothing. I forgot to do that just a second ago. So. All right, so you have to lay the HXW Raptor that way. I keep always want to put the reel foot down. So yeah, there you go. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reels done today. Obviously the other ones were on the other deal, so I can't do nothing else right now. I'm spooling, but I've got a lot of weights that I got to clean up, so I'll get to doing that. I'm gonna get this off of here. Ooh, and the phone's hot. All right. I'm saying all right because I've got the little cooling device, so it'll be a cool way to check it out. Bobby the Bobber looks so damn cool, man. Like I got him posted up now. Like he's. I love that. But I think what I want to do is make the hat a little smaller, just so that way it kind of, it fits more. No, I want to see, I want to see his eyebrows to where it sits kind of like that. You know what I mean? Those are some awesome tiger shark eyebrows right there. So big shout out to Whiskey for hooking us up with those. See, you don't really see them like that. I want to say it, kind of like this right there. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to figure this out. I'm gonna have to come and rig this up so it sits like that. Let's see. I mean, I gotta do some way. Like that's freaking. uh, well, yeah, baby Trump cat. That would be cool. Oh man, yeah, that would be awesome. So I was getting all kinds of compliments on my shoes this week. Uh, uh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to put this rod somewhere else. So just to give you an idea, so all of these, all of these, all of these, all of those, um, and all of these in the last couple of days. Or I don't know if y'all can see them. Let's do this. Let me show you. So these were all the cables that were still sitting on my counter. So I built all of that earlier while I was waiting for the video or the battery to charge back up. Did those. This I've done in the yesterday. That I also did yesterday. Now it's going to clean up some weights and anybody know anything about these Roku devices where you can put them to where they don't turn off after 4 hours? That would be so awesome if we could do that because I'm tired of like sometimes too, like every half hour it doesn't want to show the TV or do what it's supposed to be doing. So let's see. All right. Now I'm gonna go and get my area kind of sort of organized so that way I can start cleaning those weights and find out where we're at on the order because this is for Causeway and I need to make that delivery tomorrow early. So, yep. John's got a damn it. John's got a good one there. Put some phone padding in the hat. Okay, I missed a bunch of comments. I want to thank you again for dropping off the 50 double trouble. I got some last weekend. I really liked the line and the beans were nice. Super nice. Yes, sir. No problem, boss. Like I said, I just wish I had time to actually do a video with you, but with the time restraints that we had, I did not get to get a video with you. Like everybody that wins our prizes, our fire drawings, I love to do the videos because, like I said, I know y'all trust me and everything. It's just for all the new guys that are coming into the drawings and stuff like that, it shows them the winners. You know what I mean? You're like the Publishers Clearinghouse. Like everybody that wins, nobody really knows who they are. Like they could be paid actors or something like that. And here, you're on the channel. Like, trust me, I ain't got that kind of money to have some paid actors here. But y'all win those fire drawings, and because y'all do, and y'all pay into them, helps us. You know, it keeps us rolling. It keeps that ball going and stuff like that. So. Uh, and that's the thing. I can understand the sleep setting, but I've maxed it out at like 4 hours. I found that on there, but still something is messed up with it. Like now it even kicks it all the way back to like, do you want to sign in or and I'm like, dude, like I want to just turn it on and let it run. Like it doesn't matter if I mess with it. It has the ability to be there, and that's why I bought it. All right, let's see what whiskey's got here. Ooh. That would be awesome. Yeah. That would, check that out. That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be sweet for $12. I'll have to see after I get payroll sorted where we're at and stuff like that. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. And that would match Bobby the Bobber, like it really would. So that would be so awesome. So, all right. Let me finish organizing my desk real quick. Those were from all the leaders that I hung up the other day. So back to a lot of stuff on my counter again. But it's getting it. There's my lighter. I was looking for it for like 2 hours earlier and couldn't find it. So. Oh man. All right, John, you have a good one, boss. I know you got to get up early in the morning, go to work. Appreciate you coming on. Oh, okay, cool. Hold on, real quick. All right, there we go. Oh man, that's awesome, Whiskey. Thank you very much. Man, I'm telling you, we're gonna have a huge fan club for Bobby the Bobber. We're definitely gonna have him like a chair and all of that in a corner here pretty soon. Like, well, once we move over to the new shop, we'll be searching on that. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Uh, it's the action or sleep. Okay. Now I was reading some of the comments as I went back because on here I can only see like 4 comments at a time. What up, bro?
What's going on, guys?
Jacob from Jacked Up Leatherworks in the house. Awesome. I found my stapler.
Well, you're finding all kinds of things, aren't you?
I am. I'm telling you. I'm gonna have my clown. It may be by the end of next week before I finally get it all squared away, but my counter will be cleaned, and it'll be really clean the day I move. Yeah. So what's everybody up to over there? Y'all kind of catching y'all's breath now?
A little bit. We still got quite a bit to do, but that hurts. Daniel getting in trouble over there. Sounds like.
Ooh, Daniel, you're fired.
He's about ready to get fired with his butt up between his ears from Mama.
Ooh. Yep. Every now and again, they got to do that test mode. They got to test.
Yeah. So,
Ah,
Roger, I'm doing pretty good. We're
and I
just
found
tired.
3. Look at that! I just found 3 lighters. And I was looking for like 2 hours earlier for a lighter. Yeah, I know. You know. Hey, but check out the hat that's coming in. Whiskey's hooking it up.
I
Yeah,
seen that.
you saw that? The
Yeah.
little like, yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Uh, yeah, we
yeah,
got
yeah.
the kitchen.
The what?
So we got the kitchen probably about 75% done.
Nice. Need the
So,
diameter and height of the bobber knob up on top. Well, let's see if I can find a.
no, John, I didn't. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. About the leather hat. Oof. That'd be quite a bit of leather.
I- You know, I just thought of something, Jacob, and you're probably you or Whiskey would probably be the only two that could make it happen.
What's up?
Make make America great again, but one of those booty covers like that for him. Out of leather. That would be sick. That'd be real sick. I like the idea. Told you we're crazy here.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. What's up, Brandon?
Man, I can't find my. There it is. Found my ruler. Okay.
You start singing, I'm going to throw up.
No, I'm good. I don't know. All right, so we're looking at 3.5 inches across, 2 3/4 inches high. Love that thing, dude. It's so cool. I don't know if right, nice and high up like that. I think that's cool. You froze? Or you there?
No, I'm right here.
Oh.
I was just reading a comment.
Oh, okay. All right, let me. I'm about to get some trays, but before I do that, I need to um, find my cutters so that way I can have my pans. Oh, that's what I did. I gave my worker all my pans because he said we needed pans. So I gave him the pans that I normally use here. So I'm gonna have to use. Uh, just saw somebody walk in front of my door right now. Um, I went brain dead. Sorry.
I've seen the
uh,
smoke.
John says, "Did we see his comment? Jacob should make a letterhead saying you're fired." But I like that too.
Whiskey said, just tell me your design and he'll build it.
Hmm. Line of Kevlar. Damn bad boy. All right. Let me think of something. Yep. Yeah. I'm thinking like a booty cover with some little flex to it, kind of deal. You know.
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe some patches of like the camouflage pattern or something like that.
yeah. The hell, they sell that camouflage leather.
Camouflage leather.
Yep.
What? Never seen. Let me see. Oh, they do.
Yep.
Ooh, that's cool. Damn it. Now the real question is, do we go old school military pattern? Because obviously throughout the years it's changed. I was in right when they were switching over and starting to get the digital um, they were starting to give us the digital ones and stuff like that, but we had to come out of our own pocket. I'm like, really? You're gonna make us pay for our own uniforms, kind of deal? Like, and they did. Like, even in boot camp, like all of our uniforms came out of our payroll.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. My brother said the same thing.
Okay. Hey, Brandon. Actually, no, I have not. But I found that paperwork today, and what did I do with it? I need to get all four of y'all on there. I know. Uh, Jaime or somebody was talking about they gave up their spot to Ray. I wrote it down somewhere, but I got it here.
You want, if you want, Albert, send me the names, and I'm going to be up for a little bit. I can make one up real quick.
Mm.
You send me the name.
The original guys are CJ, Bluegrass, Jaime, and Brandon. But one of them gave their spots up and gave it to Ray. I just don't remember who.
I thought that was Jaime.
I don't remember who. Like I'm my I don't know if y'all can tell. I'm beat. I'm tired, but my brain is not functioning
Yeah, I think
entirely.
it was either Jaime or it was shoot. Well, you got CJ. Who are the other three?
Bluegrass and Brandon. I know Brandon wants to go for sure. So.
Yeah.
But also too, I need to get the team guys on there too, because I want if all of them can go, we can do it all. So yeah, no whiskey. I'm. Hey man, we'll have several different caps for winning for Poppy, like, interchange parts and stuff like that.
Be like
That'll be
Legos.
awesome. Huh?
Be like Legos.
Yep.
Okay, so Ray. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, he gave it. I think it was Jaime that gave it to Ray.
You know what? Let me see. I think I have a text message. I'll check Jaime first, real quick.
Okay.
Let's see.
Tell me about it, Brandon. They're actually having a tournament right now up here, and I can't get into it because of the move. They're actually having a crappie tournament right now.
And I wanted to say it was Jaime too, but I'm just. I think I talked to him. Yeah, I don't. I think that's too far back. March. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, big dog?
What's up, big dog? How you doing? All right. Wait. A woodland camel pattern morphed.
Whiskey, I like the way you think.
That. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me grab these weights so I can get to work. We're slacking off. Slacking off, man. So I need 50 pounds of 3-ounce pyramids. That's one small tray. Here's another. And he only did twos and threes, which is good on those two. Three. I got my trays. Now I just need my cutters. Put the phone on chargers. Man, these things, weird. Like, we charge them up, and then sometimes they're okay, and then other times they just don't want to hold the charge. There it goes. Live. And I hate that option, the top chat or live chat. And I don't understand why it's telling me too that, like, after the video ends, that I only had like 2 top chats or whatever. Like, what does that mean on there? All right, I'm almost done. Oh, I did get with Oscar. He'll be in this week or this coming week to come pick up the lures and stuff like that.
Okay.
I told him to kind of pick them up. What was it? What was it? Earlier this week or something like that. But um, you know, I kind of wanted to do a video because, like I said, it's all about showing where everything's going, and it helps for future reference. Dang, what is up with this? Hold on. All right, there we go. Hmm. I had an idea. Okay. Only thing that sucks is when I got to go from this to something else, I'll have to undo it. There we go. Cool. All right. So whiskey is saying something. Asian? No, he's a POS man. He's wrecking our economy, wrecking our lives. Like, no, he should be in jail. He really should. Oh, that is epic. He showed me a bookmark that he made for somebody. That's awesome. Yep, I'm just talking about it. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Let's see. I made mine actually 3D printed spacers, key rods separated. That's one way to do it for sure, Dusty. Uh, okay, I gotta ask, why are you glad to have somebody that's wrecking the economy as your president? I got to understand this train of thought. I mean, because at the end of the day, not being able to feed my kids and my family because this guy is wrecking the economy, and I'm talking from a business standpoint. You know what I mean? Not saying I'm going off of what he or she says. I'm looking at what's actually happening, and to have somebody sit there and defend this guy, and then too, like, do you have any kids? I mean, that would, some guy sniff my little girl's hair or something like that, bro. I would be in jail in a heartbeat. I'm sorry, that's not this type. Now you may be getting a kick out of how funny it is, but at the end of the day, somebody in that kind of position is not there to be funny.
Yeah. Hey, Detroit, what's going on?
Well, we got Detroit in the house. What's He did. He did change the price of milk. He made it more expensive.
Hey,
He
does
made
Ray
it
have a Facebook
Facebook.
account?
Oh, I don't know. Is Ray on here right now, or is he not?
Yeah, yeah. I figured it was.
Well, you got his cell phone number, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. I'll give him a call tomorrow then.
I would very, very much appreciate. I know you're busy as hell too, bro. Like, I know he's on it, for that. So, but I don't know if he does have a Facebook Messenger because, like I said, I truly don't. I mean, I get on there, but occasionally, and it takes me about 20, 30 minutes to catch up with everybody's comments just on our page. So,
Okay. Well, right now I've got you, Brandon, and CJ. Oh, and Bluegrass. What the heck is Bluegrass's Facebook? Do you know?
um, yes, I actually, Mondo is his name. Lee something.
Lee Parker.
Lee Parker. Yes.
Yeah. Gosh dang it. Duh. He only sends me text messages every once in a while. God.
Well, okay, I missed that, boss. I was reading Detroit's comment.
Oh, you think I would have known that as the times that, that he's sent me text messages and everything else.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you love it when it just like it all comes to and you're like, ah, really? That was me earlier when I was at my spooling station doing the spooling, and couldn't find the needles, and they were all sitting right there in front of me. Yeah, I feel you there, boss. Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's too funny. Actually, there's a connection. No, grabs, but intentionally the dollar is. How is the dollar stronger if everywhere we have looked internationally to buy something, it costs us more to match the like the ratio of the currency exchange is lower for the American dollar now because he's in there. All these companies are dropping. I heard where they dropped, what was it, X amount of billions of dollars of stock exchange. They're gonna basically take out the financial system and yeah, send us into a recession if things keep going the way they are going. Um, and I'm sorry for all those that say it's cool. Have y'all opened your doors to these illegals
What
to
are you
come
doing?
into the house at any given time, come and live for free and all of that? Like,
Yeah.
basically, that's what we're end up doing. We're having to pay for all these illegals that are coming in through taxes and everything. And what's up, Daniel? How you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I heard you're getting in trouble. Oh, I heard you were getting in trouble. You okay? Oh, man. Okay, bye.
Oh, you made him leave. Oh, you're getting stared at. You better get going.
Oh, man. How's Daniel? Y'all been taking him back and forth and stuff like that?
No, well, he's been over there a couple times, but mainly it's just been me and Caitlin taking stuff over, and me and Terry.
Oh, okay. How'd he react when
Oh, he was all over the house over there.
he's all excited? Awesome. Awesome. That's good. That's real good because I know some buddies of mine that have some special needs kids, and they like just trying to get them to leave their room is so heartbreaking, and stuff like that. So that's why I gotta ask, how's that going? So
Yeah, it's. I mean, I know a lot of people look. They. I guess they get an idea of it, but when you take a special needs kid, and well, I shouldn't really say kid anymore. He's 24 years old. Um, but when you break them off of their routine, it just throws them for a loop.
yep,
So, and
yep.
surprisingly, this is so far hasn't been too bad on him. The trip from Texas to Maine, that was hard on him. Just because, and a lot of people don't know this, but when we got to Maine, the house that we were, or the couple of houses that we were looking at when we got up there, fell through.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, so we were for the first week and a half or so, we were in a motel, and then we actually for the next 2 or 3 months, we were actually at a campground living in a tent.
Damn it.
Now, I mean, for me and my daughter, we were in heaven,
Yeah.
you know. But Daniel, he was all right. He loved every minute of it. I mean, the first time we took him camping, he sat in his chair and played with a stick that I gave him the whole damn day. So you know, but it was hard on Terry. I know that. But then we got out here, and she got offered that job, and it's been it's been pretty good ever since. So
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it, man. That was something I've been meaning to ask, but I kind of had to wait until the actual move started to because you really don't know how it's gonna go until it actually starts going through with it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm glad he's on high spirits.
yeah. Oh yeah, you can tell he's on high spirits because he's getting in trouble.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. No, I'm definitely not looking forward to this move. Um, did talk with Billy, or Billy offered earlier to borrow one of his buddy's trailers, and he said it's a pretty big trailer, so we should be able to get everything out of here within probably one trip, maybe two at most. So I may have uh, I don't know. It all depends how many people I got helping too to make that move. Because when I do it, I want to make it as quick as possible to get everything over there, get it secured as well.
yeah,
And to get to, I'm already talking to the security system too to get over there as well, because that's gonna be the other thing too. That's gonna be a little bit further than where I am now, But the good thing is, they have a lot of people that live on property, so if all else, I can make a phone call, somebody can be out there in 10 seconds, So which is good, but still, you know, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it for sure. So
yeah. Well, moving over there because that's where you guys isn't that where you guys burning at? Is that
over
the
there in
same
same
place?
spot, yeah.
Okay. Well, see, that'll be kind of a plus being over there because you're back where you could actually kind of not to kind of like sound overbearing, but you could actually kind of watch them what they're doing and what they need to be doing. So
Well, I'll be closer. Like if need be, like that one week where I was pretty much working solo, I can
yeah,
close the shop and walk right there, and I would drive there because it's still up the hill, around the corner kind of deal. But I could be there in a minute, you know, and I could leave a sign on the door, hey, just call me. And so I can literally run both. It would suck, you know, because the propane can't turn it off for 20 minutes and then go turn it back on because you end up wasting another 30 minutes trying to trying to get it to heat back up and stuff like that, you know. So,
Yeah.
but yes, no, it's still that and like the drive to go get my guys, drop them off and stuff like that. Like now, like they can get dropped off at work and they can walk to that spot, and you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
don't have to sit there and close down and make the trips over there. So, yeah.
Yeah. What's going on,
True
Chris?
North. What's up? How you doing? So, and that
Dang,
would be
Chris, me
Chris.
and you should be in bed already.
Yeah, I was about to say that is Chris, right? I'm
Yeah.
learning. I'm learning the names. So I'm horrible with names, guys. Like it takes me a while to get to know new names and stuff like that. So, but yeah, True North in the house, and I've got a bearding routine now that I do. I like the the Irish goodbye. I use it at night because it does smell good, but I prefer uh, the other one. I had both names right when I started talking. Uh, Dang it! Well, I prefer the other scent over the Irish goodbye, and
What?
so I do. I just do. Like I don't know. I guess more. It smells more.
No, I mean everybody has their own, the preferred scent and everything else.
Oh
And
yeah.
I know I get asked a lot, what beard care products I use, and I keep telling them, I says I don't just use one. I
Yeah.
says I have a couple companies that I use, and that's because I change it up. Because if I feel like wearing, True North one day, I'll wear True North. If I feel like wearing Dr. Nick's, I'll wear Dr. Nick's.
Yeah.
But I do that so it doesn't fall into the same routine, and my skin doesn't get used to the one deal. So it's like I change it up, and it keeps it. It doesn't get boring, is what it is.
Yes. Yes. I wouldn't say that's the route I was looking at. I was more of like I do enjoy that other scent, and man, it annoys me that I can't think of the scent. And yes, bearding is my way of chilling and enjoying some time, some time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do have to say. I mean, like you're sitting there, you're massaging your face, you're doing that, and then you're brushing it out, and
yeah,
a man's way of chilling in front of the mirror.
exactly. It really is. And Max, your best tips for dry skin under your beard is beard oil. Beard oil is actually, it's not for, well, essentially it's for the beard, but it's actually your first contact is your skin underneath the beard hair is where
Yeah.
you want to get that beard oil,
Hmm.
and that's what that does. That and you don't you you can put it on to dry while your face is dry, but it's better if you just get out of the shower and your beard is still just a little bit damp. You put
Hmm.
that beard oil in, comb it out with a brush or a comb. Um, and then my routine is, I take a shower, I put beard oil in. About 30, 40 minutes before I go to bed, I put beard butter in, and that's all I use.
And actually, what I've been doing is, and again, like I said, I'm still new at all of this, and I'm trying things out because originally I was, doing all of that and going right to bed because normally I shower right before I'm going to bed. Like, so now that after I talked to you and you suggested, I stay up a little longer to kind of let it settle in before I actually lay down and stuff like that. So now I'm trying to shower a little earlier. So that way, once I do that, but I get the dauber and I press it against my skin and I push it like right here and I go around right here. And then I refill about a quarter of the way or whatever. And I come this way and I do the same thing. And then I massage it all the way down and then I lather up the beard butter and put it in there. Brush it out or comb it however way I'm feeling that night, And then I
Yeah.
go watch TV for a little bit with the kids. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I have
Because
felt a tremendous difference that way.
yeah, because I did the same thing. The first time I was ever talked into buying beard butter, um, I put it right in. I put it in right before I was going to bed, and I woke up and man, this stuff was. I mean, you could tell it was. You couldn't see it, but you could smell it, and
Mm,
it was all over the sheets. And I was like, well, that's not going to work, so I quit using it.
yeah.
But I found Dancy Bearded, and I started watching his videos, and I was like, well, damn, that's what the hell I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
So,
The any tips for dealing with seaweed in the surf while shark fishing? Any tips while dealing with seaweed in the surf while shark fishing? Okay, so are you talking about casting or kayaking during shark fishing?
dealing with it is all you can do.
The what?
Just dealing with it is all you can do.
Well, no, there's certain ways to angle your line. How bad it is, and whether it's even fishable. There's a lot of times where you can fish seaweed. You just got to angle your lines into the current as much as you can. And I'm talking like if this is the beach and this is your 90-degree angle, like you're like this. You're at about a 45 into the current.
Yeah,
If the current's running north, you run into it, and you
yeah.
do that same thing even if there's no seaweed. But when there's seaweed, I tend to go even further. Like I'll go
Oh
20
God, yeah,
degrees, 25 degrees. Like I try to go that route as far south as I can, so that way it slides. It has time to slide up the line before it actually takes you out. If you go too straight out and the seaweed's on the surface,
no,
that's gonna be the other thing. Is it seaweed on the surface or is it seaweed on the bottom? Dead bait on the or dead seaweed on the bottom. There is nothing you can do to prepare for that because you don't have no underwater access to see where you're dropping your bait, and that's what sucks because as it rolls along the bottom, it's like an island on the floor.
mm-hmm.
It's rolling, and you cannot see it. So you do that same formula of running your baits into the wind or into the current, and you just pray that when you drop it. Now, what you can do, um, is when you drop it, make sure the weight hits the bottom and pull it back up. If it's covered in seaweed, keep going.
Yeah,
That's the only thing you can do. Like, and you'll keep moving it and moving it until you find a spot where there's no seaweed there, and then you drop it there, on the hopes that those islands had already passed you, or there's nothing else behind it. You may find a big open spot, which is all the window you need for a shark to come up and hit that bait before it gets taken out. There's been plenty of times that I've done that and actually found that little open window that the shark hit it before it got taken out with a ton of seaweed.
yeah.
So that's a couple of ways, but yeah, when it's seaweed on the bottom, that is the hardest one to. You can't fight it. You really can't. The only thing you can do is what I said. Test it when you're about to drop it, and if there's weed there, then keep going. Like keep going further south before you actually drop it. But
We
I mean,
actually used
it's
to
also
take
going to test it.
we used to take a line. We used to take like a leader
Mm,
and attach a weight to the end of it and drop it down. Well, that way we didn't have to worry about bringing our bait back up. We could actually just drop that weight, and we used your surf weights. So we'd drop it down there and see if there's seaweed down there.
nice, nice. Well, yeah, that's now seaweed on the surface. It's obvious. Try to avoid it. I know too. What I would do is when we're fishing in an area like that and we don't have a choice. Um, Once I drop the bait, I actually will follow the line all the way to the beach. But okay, so if the beach is like this and I drop the bait over here, as I follow the line in, I actually will paddle this way, trying to,
Mhm.
to before I get to that. So that way, you know what I mean? So I keep that line kind of in line this way rather than going this way, because if you create a bow, you're going to
Yep.
catch more seaweed. So you're trying to counterbalance the bow by going like that. So
And trying to
and
get
that way
that
too,
bow out.
any of the seaweeds that got caught while you were on your way out to drop up your bait, you can get rid of it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of time you pick up the bait off the surface as you're going through the first, second, and third gut. That's where a lot of the bait congregates, or
Yeah.
the seaweed. Sorry, where a lot of the seaweed congregates right on the surface. So if you get to shore and you clean all that off, it should help you um, get your baits to last a lot longer. So yeah, in the water. But again, too, that's one of the most unpredictable things, guys. You try to find a clean stretch of beach and just pray that, you know, the seaweed doesn't come for days or hours later, that you're actually able to keep a bait out and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
uh, everybody wants some mahi colors, that's for sure. Yep. Um, dapper bearded people.
That's the first time I've
Oh,
been called dapper.
isn't that from what's that movie with the the something bottom boys, soggy bottom boys, or singers, or whatever?
Yeah.
He's a dapper man.
Yep.
Yep, yep, yep.
Oh man.
That when I'm deploying baits into the surf like that, normally I'll run up the beach several hundred yards. Like literally, before I deploy, the truck will be here. Here's the beach. The truck will be here. If the current's running this way, I'll run the beach on the beach with the vehicle or walk our kayak several hundred yards south of our camp, and then still launch that way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So that way, by the time I start making my cut out, it's perfectly in line with that and stuff like that. So there was times we took vehicles and we'd shoot half a mile north of the camp, you know, before we started making a run out. And that was the only way to keep the seaweed from taking out our lines before we even had a chance to drop it. Because that will happen. You'll catch enough seaweed and there's no saving it. Because by the time you come back, or you're coming back trying to get all that seaweed off of there, it's
A
so
nightmare.
much built on it or piled up on it. You wear out your arms and then you get rolled in the surf and it's done. Like you're all tangled up with your line and stuff. I've had that too many
Yeah.
times. Um,
And that hurts. I don't care what anybody says. I've had that line wrapped around my ankle and it went tight. Oh my gosh. I had a perfect burn around my damn ankle from that braid.
I was looking at my feet today and how many times that I've poured lead in Crocs, man. I've got so many burn marks on my feet. It's crazy. Looks like I got freckles down there on the top end of my feet. I was in there looking at it, I was like, wow. So, uh, did I do the Raptor HXJ? No, with the Max Quattro. I just do the two HXWs. HXJ. Are those the ones you just tried ordering? I you ordered so much whiskey. I don't, it's hard to keep track of everything. Let's see. Oh yeah, no. I was looking at videos today of when I was out there on the beach, and I just sat there and I looked, and I was like, and even now I was second guessing, like, I was like, why didn't I do this at that time? And I'm trying to remember that fishing trip of like why I didn't walk further south, or why I didn't like. Even after that, I'm still judging my fishing. Like I'm still trying to learn from it, because if you don't, you're never going to improve. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's not good, Billy. He welds wearing Costa glasses.
Uh-huh.
I sent them with the eyebrows. Oh, oh no, they're sitting right here on the floor, boss. I did not do those. Yeah, okay. I'll finish up these 2-ounce pyramids. I'll get back on those real quick because I want to go and get all your reels done. That's what I was intending on doing before I started this, but
And of course, flip flops.
yep. Quick question: Credence or Deep Purple? I would say Credence.
Is he talking band?
I don't know. That's all he put.
Well, if he's talking bands, then yeah, Credence. Because I have no idea who Deep Purple is.
I hate to say, I was thinking the same thing. Like Deep Purple, like and I kind of thought of the was it the Prince that says "Purple" sings "Purple Rain"?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not Deep Purple.
No.
About how many sharks and about average length would you generally catch in a weekend trip? Yes.
Yep. I have the same answer. Because there's times where I've gone down and we've just hammered them out and just shark after shark after shark after shark. And there's weekends we didn't turn one dang click.
Yep. I've been there, or we catch one shark all weekend between like
Yeah.
20 or 30 sharkers out on the pier. Um, my when I caught my 12-foot three, that was the only shark caught all weekend. Actually, it was the only shark caught on that pier for about a 3-week period. Guys had already been out there for weeks and weeks, and were like, "Dude, it's dead," and da da da, and like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going home. I'm here. Like, whether I catch or don't, I'm still gonna put a bait in the
Right.
water and put bait in the water. And on Sunday morning, the reel takes off, and it was funny because I was like, man, I need a nap. So I'm gonna take a couple hour nap before I load up. And so I got up under the canopy, or the not canopy, but the umbrella that I had to block the sun. So I'm laying under there, and I'm out probably 20 or 30 minutes. And the reel starts screaming, and I was like, "Nobody touched my reel!" And you hear in the background, "How did he know it was his?" I was like, "Dude, you learn your clickers. You learn your clickers. So, yeah.
No, I don't know Deep Purple. Sorry, Roger. And
There's
Beach Nut,
actually
I
some
couldn't tell you.
50 to 60-foot joint sticks that you can screw in the bottom of the water to get the line attached, either behind the bait or with a brake line to get the rest of the line out. I am totally lost at what you're saying, Max. How do you screw joint sticks into the bottom? Like, I'm lost, bro. I'm lost. Like,
Yeah. What is the best shark bait? Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever they're hungry for.
I've been out there. There's times where we're throwing mullet, skipjack, whiting, da, 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 and then you throw out a shit chat, a little bumper shit chat, and
Yep.
that's the bait they wanted. Like, we were throwing primo bait, pompano, whiting, sand trout, skipjack, blue runner, bluefish, like jack crevalles, cownos, eagle. Like, we had every bait you can think of.
Yep.
Nothing turned a click. We threw a shit shat out there and freaking 5-foot blacktip, 5-foot blacktip. Like, God, they want shit. So everybody went to shit shat. And we had about a 200 or 300 of them laying on the floor because we were too lazy to, once they were running back with their blue runners, they didn't kick them back in the water. So those were the ones we were using. Maybe they were hit because they had cooked a little bit. Maybe they had a little more snack compared to the bait that we were using that was fresh.
Yeah.
Like, there's time They're like us. One day you want hamburger, next day you want hot dogs, following day you want pizza, and then because you're angry, you want freaking bluebell the next day. You know what I mean? Every day will be different. Yes, there's times when for days on end they'll hit on the same bait. So if you can get some knowledge from whatever's been hitting on those couple days before that, then go with that. I can't tell you, hey, this is the best bait. Yes, I've caught a ton of big sharks. I have caught a lot of sharks that were big, but I've caught them on all kinds of baits, all different types of seasons. And one thing I will tell you is you won't catch a shark if you don't have a bait in the water.
Hey, whiskey.
Usually you get
La Jolla, is that
uh,
down in Puerto Penasco?
it, I'm what you're losing me on is why would you attach something to the ground to keep your line or your line from moving or whatever? Like, how do you like? I'm lost completely on that. Um, if you can send a picture to the email teamhardlife1@gmail.com and draw out what you're talking about. I'm trying to understand what you're saying because that's that's the main thing. Like with us, we put a surf weight with our leader. But we do not want our line sitting on the bottom, even with that kind of stuff, because what's going to end up happening when the big seaweed balls move through, they can take everything out. They move along the bottom. It's going to move like it's not where it floats along the bottom. It's on the bottom and just like an avalanche. Like even the top layer
Oh
of snow, it takes that with it. So uh, if something's buried there like that, or you put an anchor line, it catches a ton more because it fights it as much as it can, but it's so bad that it'll ball up your surf weight in seaweed and then ball up all your lines. So you have this big ball of seaweed and
yeah.
leader and all of that by the time you hits the beach. And by then you have 400 or 500 yards of seaweed on your main line. And it sucks because normally by that time your leader's trashed. Like the mono is
Oh
done. The only thing you might be able to save very, very rarely is the cable sections. On that, the mono and all of that,
it's
just
trash.
trash. It's gone.
Yeah, and like what Albert was saying, sometimes when you get up there and you get that ball and your mono is gone, but there's times where the weight and everything else from it moving around and all that, your cable gets kinked, it gets frayed sometimes in the middle. I mean, you would not think something like seaweed would be able to ruin cable, but it will absolutely destroy a cable.
And okay, I see Dusty's comment where he's saying that about suspending the line out of the water. I've actually did that. I stuck a PVC pipe out on the third bar, and it was a 12-foot, 2-inch piece. I put that big of a piece out there because I wanted it to have like 4 or 5 foot above the water, and I put uh, a U joint on it. So that way the
Yeah,
line kind of would sit on it, but if I needed to, all I had to do was pull hard enough to the right or the left, and the line would pop off of it, and I didn't have to go out there and unhook it, kind of deal.
yeah.
And what ended up happening, the the line that when it finally hit the water, because of all the seaweed on it, it piled up and piled up and piled up and stopped right there because the seaweed wasn't allowed to fly up the line. It piled up right there and it kept piling up, piling up, piling up. Piling up. So I ended up having like 1,000 pounds of seaweed on that side. So it took out the PVC, everything. Like it was a mess.
Yeah.
So uh,
Take it
yeah, no,
easy
I
today.
trust me. I was thinking that I was like, man, I'll just keep my line out of the second or third gut, and I'll be fine. Yeah, no, I wasn't fine. I was not fine. But I did try something like that. If that's what you're talking about.
And see, that's one thing I love. I love when you, especially when you got me turned on to that hollow core. Is there was times where we'd get our lines out in the water and we're just kind of sitting relaxing, and somebody, we'd take turns going up and adjusting slack on the reels and everything else, and somebody, every once in a while you hear someone say, we got an island of seaweed coming. We would have two guys go out on kayaks, and before the seaweed got there, we'd either lift the lines up out of the water and let the seaweed pass, or if we didn't see it in time, we would actually cut the line, and after they were out there in the kayak, and as soon as they got it up from underneath the seaweed, we'd run that back up to the beach and we'd splice it right there in the gut, in the first gut or something.
Crazy. Let's see. When a fish bites the brake line, breaks, and you break it, and all the line stays out of the water.
I'm trying to picture what he's talking about, but I can't.
Okay, so the problem is not once you hook up a fish, it's before you hook up a fish, how we're keeping the lines in the water to battle seaweed. Um, yeah, no, once you hook a fish, whether it goes into the island or not, it does not phase it because the line is moving and it's cutting through all the seaweed.
Yeah, because
And
it's
if it
tight.
does bring it in, yeah, and if it does bring any, like the speed at what it's moving, the seaweed doesn't have time to build up. If it catches some, it'll catch some, but also too, it always go into the wind and the seaweed slides up the line and you're golden.
Yep.
Very rarely though, yes, seaweed does get trapped on the line and it's normally right where the main line is tied into the leader and it catches the swivel.
Yeah.
And then you have this big blob of seaweed right at the swivel, and it's annoying. It's annoyingly scary right there because you're trying to get all this seaweed off, and you have this big shark, that far away, and you're trying to get through the seaweed because once it comes in, it also wants to tangle up with all the other lines. So it is it's a cluster.
Oh yeah. There's actually been times where I went out to when that has happened, and I went to start clearing that damn seaweed off of that line right there at that joint right there, and there was a damn jellyfish in it.
Oh,
And I grabbed that damn thing, and it hurt like hell because it wasn't just a regular, jellyfish. It was one of them stupid man o' wars.
oh,
And I've been hit with them on the leg, and yeah, it hurts like hell. But man, when you get it on the palm of your hand, oh dear God.
okay. Comes from time to break line branches, sunken trees. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That would be holy smokes. I don't even know how to even work that kind of setup because where we're dropping baits is like 20, anywhere from 15 foot to 30 foot. How do you put a 30-foot anything out there at that distance? And then from that distance, keep all the line out of the water. Like you would have to have some serious tightness. You know what I mean? Like there, and okay, maybe 300 or 400 yards. Yes, all day long. I mean, we can make that happen. But when we're running baits 1,500 yards, 1,500 yards, 2,000 yards, there's no there that it's a lot of strength to do that, and then to have a pipe that long, like I don't know how that would work, boss.
And with the waves and the wind and everything else, it'd be taken out just in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, I don't even know how you would get it to set. To be truthful,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, on short drops, yeah, you could probably do it, Billy. But yeah, on the long drops, there's no way.
So yeah, I did that, and I did that because I created a slide line on the beach. I ran out that I ran to the
Hmm.
third bar. I put a PVC pipe there, and I suspended my bait, and it slid up to about 15 feet of the PVC. So I was actually slide lining on the beach, but because I used the PVC as my anchor point, like this, and then the anchor was this way, and I slid my second line, and it was right there. Everything was golden until the wind picked up. Once the wind picked up, I didn't have enough pressure to keep the line there and above the surface because this was before they had that breakaway no return deal. So I'm planning to go back and change up that game and do it again, but yeah, it's coming.
So
Yeah. Uh, oh
mhm.
man, the worst is not just when you're pulling off seaweed, when you're reeling in and you have all these Portuguese man o' war tentacles all over your gear and like we tied towels in front of the tip of a rod, like we would
Yep.
tie towels like to where it was a good like foot, and so as the line's coming through, it's hitting there, but it would go through several feet of towels before it actually
Yeah.
hit the first roller, and it was a pain in the butt because if you didn't do it right, it would not allow the line to go through the first roller, so you had to do it a certain way to keep the line from or the tentacles from coming through the eyelets and getting your hand because you're still sitting there cranking and all this wetness is coming off and it's falling on you. And still, occasionally you'd see where a tentacle or something would still fall on you. You can see where you got burned and stuff. So
Yeah.
you also see if you go through my videos, my older videos when I was shark fishing, why I always wore a cap, a big hat while I was
Uh-huh.
reeling. It wasn't just for the sun; it was to block the tentacles. And you'll see me pointing several times, pointing out the tentacles that are on the line before we even got to, or
Yep.
before it even got to us and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No, Portuguese Man Awards, they will ruin your day, man.
Yeah, I learned to pee on myself real fast. And then I'd wash it off with vinegar. Yeah. That first time getting hit by one of them things, that was the first time that I was not ashamed of peeing on myself. And I didn't care who was
Just be on it.
around.
Oh my.
Now, I
Well,
will tell everybody, if you do that, okay, it's temporary relief, but do yourself a favor, wash that area as soon as possible, and then wash it off with regular vinegar because you can actually catch an infection on your skin from that jellyfish, and then you urinating on yourself. You can catch an
yeah,
infection.
yes, because it breaks your skin. Like
Yeah,
it royally wrecks your world.
yeah. Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that done in Norway. I think I know what Max is talking about now. I think I've seen something like that in Norway. They would do it across the fjords.
Mm.
Yeah.
With PVCs and buoys, but again, how do they get it to stick to the bottom so it doesn't move? Because you can put a buoy out there all day long, But if it don't have no anchor point, like
That's what they use it. They anchor that to the bottom, their buoy,
mm-hmm.
and then usually on the float that they have, or like the buoy or whatever, usually has a rod that's sticking out of it, like a PVC pipe or whatever, and then
Yeah,
their line goes from that out to their boat or their fishing rod or whatever else,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like their sail lines with the drop lines with the hooks are on them.
yeah. I use, but again, too, when you something like that, especially during some of these tournaments, you better be prepared to give it up and not go be able to go back out for it that day. You'll have to
Oh yeah,
plan to make a return trip once it's calm enough for you to get back out there to go return your gear or retrieve your gear, and hopes that it didn't already get taken out by somebody else.
yeah. Well, usually when they do it, they use like a rock for an anchor out there. I know that's what they use out in the fjords up there in Norway. They use
Mm.
rocks. That way, if something breaks off or whatever, it's no big deal. It's just a rock.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the PVC and buoy and all of that because it's designed so that way when you get a hookup that it breaks off and that stays there. So you go and you reattach to it with your next bait. You know what I mean? A lot of times you don't have that ability to get back out there because the current and all of that is so bad. You know what I mean? It, and I mean I could see that working for baits up close. But I think you're also going to be limited on how far you can actually run it out. But I do like that idea because I've ran suspended baits with the float buoy system that I have, and I've caught black tips using bonita for bait without a pantyhose 6 hours after I dropped them. And if anybody knows anything about black tip sharks, they're not scavengers. They want good. They're
Mhm.
picky eaters. They eat good. And if they would have been all scrap and stuff like that on that deal, they would not have eaten it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's the thing I've noticed. I've actually caught more black tip with actually using that type of bait because if you look at tiger sharks, bull sharks, they'll they'll eat a damn car if they get a chance to, you
Yes,
know.
they would.
But your black tips, like you said, they're more selective of what they eat. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that my first year of shark fishing.
You used multiple suspensions. Yeah. I mean, I can see that. And here's going to be the real question if you do that. Once you do get a hookup, and say you got five suspensions out there, 300, 500, 900,000 yards out or whatever, and your line's over here. What happens when that fish comes around? Like, are those suspensions underwater? Are they floating? Are they attached to the main? Like, I'm 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 kind of lost here on this. So, and if they're
That I
attached to
don't.
the
That I
bottom,
couldn't tell you.
the what?
That I couldn't tell you.
No, no. I'm asking.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, no. I know me and you don't know. That's why I'm asking the questions. But depending on how they are, that was one of the things that we worried about with that tarpon rig. Um, that when we had a hookup, we also had a game plan that somebody was going to go out there, and it actually happened. We were hooked up, and that as the line came by, they had to flick the line over the PVC. And then when they did that, we knew there was a chance that it would come back. So we disconnected that line from the PVC and pulled the PVC out because
yeah,
during a tournament or something like that, you actually can get DQ'd for touching the line before you actually touch the leader. So we had to wait for that specific moment to come through, and we got lucky. We caught it just right, but still, if it's anchored to the bottom, that shark or fish can go around it and make a tangled mess. And then if you have an anchor point right there, what is it going to do to your main line? Will it cut it? Will it break off? I mean, now do you have a secondary buoy that's tied a mess? You know, I got a lot of questions, bro. I got a lot of questions. Um, but that, you know, suspending the first bait is great, especially if there is seaweed at the bottom. But we would have to figure a way to make sure that it actually is anchored to the bottom and not to the grass at the bottom. So, look like you're about to fall asleep, brother.
Yeah, I was just about ready to tell you. I think I better get going and get to bed because I got to take Terry to work in the morning.
There you go. Yes, sir. All
So
right, brother. Well, Jacked Up Leatherworks, thank you for coming on. Um, yeah,
you bet,
I'm
brother.
almost done. I got a few more weights here, and then I'm going to move back over there and do the spooling so I can knock this out. Um, but again, guys, if y'all haven't subscribed to Jacked Up Leatherworks, go do it because we want to see him get to 1,000 subscribers soon. So, all right, brother. You have a good night, bro.
Have a good one, man.
I'm going to keep chilling here for a while until I can get all this sorted because I want to get those reels out of here. So,
All
later,
right,
brother.
brother. I'll if you well, tomorrow's what, Friday, right?
Tomorrow's Friday, yeah.
Okay. Well, if I got time, I'll jump on with you for the fire drawing.
All right, boss. All right.
So later.
Later, bro. Let's see. All right, Dusty, you have a good one, boss. I am almost done with this. I got like 3 more weights to knock out, but yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what time I started this. You know, cleaning these weights, but it was it was good because I'm still on my guys about the speed and intensity at which they clean weights and produce gear because I mean obviously they got to make and clean enough gear to uh, carry themselves. You know what I mean? So there's the first tray. Actually, it was 2 trays that I cleaned, but that's the one that has the leftovers on it. And the reason I kind of stuck with that, cleaning that, because I needed them for weight order. Let's see. So there's the 3-ounce pyramids. That's probably only about 15, 20 pounds of 2-ounce pyramids. So let's see how much we got here, because that's the other thing too. Is like I'm keeping track of the amount of gear that they're pouring as well too, because it is gotta know they're pulling their weight. You know. Actually, all right. Give me a second. Let me switch these off real quick. All right, Billy. Yep. Let's see. I'm gonna get these weighed out, and then I'm gonna jump on doing the spooling. I'm gonna knock out those reels tonight, and yeah, I'm doing some pretty good timing. All right, let's see. All right, so I don't need 2s. I only need 3. We need 50 pounds of 3-ounce pyramids. So maybe this way too, I can pick out that reel that Billy brought over. 16.5 pounds. I need to write that down. Now, let's see how much we have in the bin. Where'd it go? Yeah, I don't think we have more than 40 pounds. Yep, I was right. 37 pounds. Oh man, I need some more. We need 13 more pounds to make the 50. So that's what they'll be pouring in the morning. But alright. But it looks like a lot of people are rolling out. Oh, okay. William just saying what's up to everybody. Fire drawing is tomorrow. Uh, so that sorts that now. Got some reels I can spool up real quick. Time is it? 12:25. Let's see. Trying to hold a box of reels in one hand and keep phone in the other. Just a second. Go. How many of y'all did that blind by me turning on the light? All right, let's see. Let's see. Come on, am I still on live chat? Yep. Yep. All right, let's see. Oh, we've got this reel. That. That'll be the first one. And what do we have here? We got the HXJ. We're going to be doing 65-pound Power Pro. And I haven't done one at Power Pro in a minute. Ooh, let's see. Oh, it fits. It fits. Okay, cool. I was worried about that it wasn't going to fit. And this is solid braid. All right, so I got that. But I want to know if it's going to give me a good line capacity reading. And the reason for that is because the spool counter is hitting the spool here rather than the actual line itself. So I don't know how accurate that's going to be, but oh, there we go. So we'll be spooling this HXJ. Oh, that thing is so tiny. It's so tiny. All right, so I haven't been on late in a minute, so but I'm gonna go and knock this out. There we go. And I'm gonna do a uni knot right here just to cinch it down. This is pretty much one of the first anaconda knots that I've done uh, originally the way I had done them because we were always using Power Pro. And cut this tagline off real quick. There we go. There it goes. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Uh, yeah, you're scrolling through YouTube and checking out the different videos. Yes. So I'm gonna spool up this reel for one of our customers, one of our bros, and he's out of California, and he's got multiple reels with us that we're doing. So if y'all are new to the channel, guys, we spool reels here on a whole nother level. We created our own knot to keep the braid on the spool from slipping. And you'll notice too, the way we spool reels is the way we would want them to be spooled up for us. You know, as we're fishing with them. We're trying to get max line capacity on there with a different style of braid set people may be using. Monofilament is not really one of the things that we concentrate on down here anymore because we've gotten so far away from the stretch and everything else and increase people's line capacity, numbers, weight classes, and stuff like that. And it's pretty awesome. This is looking beautiful. I need to check something real quick. Ah, there we go. So where's everybody from that's new to the channel right now that's chiming in on our live video feed here? The lens dirty. Hold on. go. Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about for land-based fishing. When you're on a boat, that's a whole different ball game there. It's not just for the stretch that you need for when a fish hits the line. It's to avoid the amount of twist that would happen as your line is in the water when you're trolling and or deep dropping and stuff like that. And you don't really see the twist in the line too much with the solid braid because it doesn't lay flat. It's more round, and because it's more round, you really don't see the twist in the line. So because I can sit there and twist the line right there, and you don't really see it. But if I do that with braid or the hollow core braid, if I sit there and twist the line, you see the twist now. You can actually see it. And that's the two differences with the solid braid as well. You don't see it as much. So cable main lines. No, I ran out. I don't know if you saw when I ran the 135-pound test on my 130 T-Rex during a shark fishing tournament. Um, we ran it out, and at that time, I only had, what was it? I think it was either 600 or 800 yards of 135-pound coated cable. And we learned with that, you do not need a heavy weight. You can go real light because the braid or the coated cable sits on the bottom so flush that it did not move once it got dropped because the sheer weight of the line kept the surf weight in place. So this one we're going to be doing 80-pound test. And yeah. Yep. The abrasion is another big game changer between hollow core and solid line. So, and again too, like me and Whiskey, we were discussing about scoping of the line too. When you're deep dropping like that, the hollow core tends to catch more curve on between from where the bait is dropped to where, or from the boat to where the bait is dropped. Whereas in solid braid, it will cut through the current just a little easier, just because it's not catching the amount of water drag or current as it's being dropped down and stuff like that too. So. Oh shoot! Try it again. This one don't want to get spooled. What is up with that? There we go. All right. Ugh, a little sticker didn't want to get off my finger. I was trying to get it off and had the other hand on the braids over here. So what I'm doing now is tying my uni knot over here. And right here, guys, I'm going to turn on the clicker. As I'm pulling on the drag, it's actually turning the clicker in the direction that the reel needs to crank in. And right here, you're going to see, as I'm pulling on it some more, it's going to keep doing that and lock up there. Now, I have to turn the cranking handle to get it to actually re-engage and lock in. There you go. And I mean, I was putting pressure on it. If I would have put any more, it would have cut it. Look, it was already starting to cut into my skin. That's how much pressure I was putting on it, there and there. So that is proof of how well this knot works down here on a flush arbor, you know, or yeah, your arbor here, how it's smooth it is, it has no grip, but I'm able with this knot to create grip and work it. See, and I tried to be an accurate dealer, but because Roy's has that clause with them, he pretty much monopolizes the area and doesn't allow anybody else to sell product or similar product or same product in there. It's annoying. It's got to be some kind of the sticker. Okay. Let's see. Yep. See that little bit of sticker. Where'd it go? From when I pushed the stem through to get the braid onto the drum right there. That little bit there was what was creating all that noise. Actually, no, I have not asked that, but I think I need to. I don't know. Yeah, I'll look into that, Billy, for sure. But if all goes well, guys, we should be getting a website up and running in the next several weeks. And more than likely, it'll be right before we make the move to the next place that we'll get it all up and running and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a bridge that I've been trying to cross for a long time, but I just don't have the time or the money to maintain it and work it myself, you know? Yeah, no, definitely. I want to provide great customer service and the available tackle for it and stuff like that. So I know we'll see how things go, but I'm definitely game to carry more product in our store, especially once I move to that other place because it's gonna be twice as big of a storefront than I have here. So I'll be able to move in a lot more gear. Shoot, maybe I'll start carrying kayaks. And I did reset the line counter too for this, so that way I can just double check the amount of braid that's getting on here and stuff. So. Avids are pretty much the only reels that I carry that are conventional. Um, I do get occasionally sometimes the consignment reels into the shop, and when I do, it's consignment gear. Like they bring it in for me to sell. I don't really buy other reels and stuff like that because also too then I would have to buy from a distributor, and you know they are real serious about keeping the map sales origins or in play kind of deal to make sure that you if you fall within somebody else's jurisdiction that you're not selling the same kind of products and stuff. Saw that the wax coating they got on there, you saw that powder come off of there, but it said 533 yards. So there's the HX for this, and then I did the HXJ on the first reel. So very nice. So those are done. I just need to do the. If you sent me the mono, so I can do the PR knot, but I'll end up doing that tomorrow, guys. Need to. I got to do some other things, but I don't remember what. Don't remember what. Nice. There you go, whiskey. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna start organizing my stuff and try to figure a way to get out of here tonight. I'll probably. Oh, I got those surf weights. Still got all of this to clean, but I think I can knock that out in the morning if I get here early enough. Check it out. Those are 1 ounce surf weights, 2 ounce surf weights, and then we got some 12 ounce right here that we needed for an order. So you got to go take them to the back, trim up the 3 legs to make sure that they're all the same length on all of them. All of them got to do that, and then trim off any excess lead off them and stuff like that. So, yep. No, we could definitely try some other reels, but I'm starting to get a headache. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good night. I will talk to y'all later, and thank you again for chiming in. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe button as we are continuing our growth. Our next shot is at 30,000 subscribers, so stay tuned. We're working it. Later, guys.